All right, and welcome back to the Carl Jackson Show. I am joined by my next guest, Tanner Haas. He's with Freedom Chat. Tanner, welcome to the Carl Jackson Show. Appreciate you coming on.
Thank you so much for having me, Carl.
Absolutely. And listen, I'm looking forward to these guys. They're going to be coming on board and helping to sponsor the program. But Tanner, I got to ask you, and I mentioned this to you offline. Every once in a while you hear a name, and then I sit there and I wonder how people are going to look, how they're going to sound. And I think I hit it right on. I'm like, somebody that comes up with Freedom Chat with this type of technology. They're going to be, handsome, probably live in Silicon Valley. They're going to drive probably a BMW convertible, but they're going to be conservative. So that's pretty cool. How close am I, Tanner?
I don't drive a BMW. I got a Ford Raptor. I'm a truck guy.
Oh, man, I love it.
You will not find me living in California.
Okay.
But other than that, I think you hit it spot on.
All right, cool. I love it. All right, so talk to us about Freedom Chat. And frankly, I would be remiss if I didn't ask you about your thoughts, because everybody has some on sadly, the assassination of our colleague here at Salem Radio Network, Salem Media Group, Charlie Kirk.
I mean, that's absolutely tragic. And it is a shame. I was looking forward to getting to know Charlie and work with him. He actually was excited about Freedom Chat. I never met him personally, but we've had discussions. I think he's a super bright guy, and I admire anybody that is always willing to speak their mind, no matter the consequences. And I really thought he was a bright guy. There's not a lot of people where you're like, wow, I believe with everything he says. He was very articulate. He could back up everything he said, and he stood firm, and I admire that.
He was definitely a man of courage. I got to tell you, I think it takes courage to build something like what you're building. Now, initially, when I heard of Freedom Chat, I assumed that Freedom Chat was probably this AI type thing. But if I'm looking on freedomchat.com, says say hello to Freedom Chat, a next generation messaging app that keeps your conversations actually private. No tracking, no screenshots, no linked devices, just total freedom and security, the way that it should be, end-to-end encryption, no storage of messages on the server, no commercial use or user data. Okay, so how did you build this? And then why did you decide to build this?
The why is a lot easier than the how.
Okay, that makes sense.
The why was, this has been in the works. It's not easy to build what we've built. If you look at some of the companies we're competing against, they received a lot more funding. They had some big tech backing, and they're definitely on the other end of the political spectrum. So I used to have a marketing and SEO company. We made websites, and we managed a bunch of conservative websites, actually.
Okay.
And I would go through and I was managing these websites, and a lot of the user comments, there was one common denominator, and they were very terrified about their privacy or lack thereof. Free speech is very important to them. So some of the comments would talk about iMessage not being private, WhatsApp, Signal, Telegram. And so I started to go down the rabbit hole, and I was like, well, what do you mean that iMessage does this, this, and this? What do you mean WhatsApp? And the more I read about it, the more infuriated I became.
Wow.
It's just fake. They claim something, but if you actually dive into it, it's completely opposite of what they claim. So for me, it was, you know what? I don't think anybody's actually going to do this. I want to be able to message my wife. I want to be able to message my friend, business associate. Like if I want to send you a text message, Carl, that should be between you and I. Nobody under any circumstance should be able to read that message. So I think it's only going to continue to get worse. And it really was, you know what? Let's build an app for the people that care most about their privacy, which tends to be independents and conservatives. I'm definitely on the conservative spectrum. And let's make it the most private messaging app in the world, built from the ground up to address the weaknesses of these other apps. So, for example, end-to-end encryption. That used to have such a strong meaning. Now it's become so ambiguous. WhatsApp says they have end-to-end encryption. But where does it end? End-to-end encryption really is supposed to mean no one under any circumstance can see what you send other than the intended recipient. But now WhatsApp lets you report a user and they can see the 5 latest messages. And
really?
come on, it's not really the 5 latest. It's all right. We'll see the whole conversation. I mean, it's insane. Telegram, which has this I don't know how they did it. They have this aura of privacy, and this is saying something. They are less private than WhatsApp. They're horrific. Signal, which I hate the most, and I think it stems from my personal dislike of healthcare, which operates as a nonprofit, but wreaks havoc on just everyday individuals, bankrupting them. So Signal claims they're nonprofit, co-founded by the same guy that founded WhatsApp. Their chairwoman of the board is the CEO of NPR. NPR, yes, the same government-funded public radio that's facing massive cuts. There's a conflict of interest there. They support linked devices, which the Washington Examiner, New York Post has said is a security vulnerability. We don't support linked devices. So if you look at the how of Freedom Chat, we kind of looked at where is everybody else failing, and let's not do that. Storing messages on a server. Not only can that be a security vulnerability and open up a potential data breach, but it keeps your costs super high. So let's not store messages on a server. Everybody has commercial use of user data. Let's not have commercial use of user data. Let's protect it, and let's offer users a pay-for-privacy type business model. What is an easy way for somebody to have their conversation leaked? Well, it's to take screenshots. Okay, let's prevent screenshots entirely. So we really orchestrated this, created this from the ground up to address all these weak points, to ensure that every single message you send is only seen by its intended recipient. And that's what we've created with Freedom Chat, but we also took it a step farther and created channels, which is a new private form of social media. So, Carl, if you go create a Freedom Chat channel, your listeners can go subscribe to that channel, and you post, and it will come across to them like a text message would. So they can see all of your posts. It's just like a new form of social media. It's like a private, perfectly curated news feed without the nonsense, without the extracurricular data mining. So it's really a 2-in-1.
This is genius. Okay, so let me a couple of questions that I have for you. We just have 3 minutes left here. First off, I think this is perfect for people that really admire free speech, because I'm like, for one, I don't. Privacy is like a thing of the past, especially when it comes to the left. And frankly, a lot of people on the right, I can't stand the fact that I have to be on social media, Tanner, for what I do, obviously. But I'm not a big fan of it. And especially when it comes to like family and friends, I'd like to be as private as I can possibly be. It astonishes me that it seems like so many people don't even care about privacy nowadays. It seems like you thought differently. So I'd like for you to respond to that. And then also, obviously, there's going to be naysayers out there. We can look at what just happened with Charlie Kirk's assassin, quite frankly, and they were on this particular app trying to hide messages. What do you say to the people that are like, you guys are just, you have some type of evil intent in mind. You just want to, you're conspiring against the left or something, all this kind of nonsense. What do you say to those couple of things?
So Discord, which is what these individuals were messaging on. Discord is atrocious. They're disgusting. And why do I say that? They have no end-to-end encryption. They have no encryption at all in any way, shape, or form. So this is what's disgusting, is they can actually see every single message between every single individual. They say that on their privacy policy. And how do they defend this? They say it's our moral obligation. So I say, okay, well, it's your moral obligation. How did you miss this? How did you miss the butler would-be assassin also messaged on Discord?
Wow.
There have been disgusting cases of child pornography, pedophilia. Like, Discord is disgusting. And why I say that, and they're also the same company that reimburses their employees for gender reassignment surgery. So to them, I'm like, they have a different narrative. They're disgusting. They can see every single message. Freedom Chat, we can't see anything that our users are sending. And we absolutely have no tolerance for anything illegal or anything like that. But I believe that it's better to give people their privacy than do it Discord does, and nobody has any privacy, but they don't even, are they ignorant to the fact something's going on their platform, or do they not care because it's, I mean, I tend to say they just don't care. So
Yeah.
we're different. We have, I think our values are in line.
Yep.
We deeply care about what we do. We do it for the right reasons. These other apps, just dig into them. Dig into Signal, WhatsApp, Telegram.
Right.
I mean, it's not the type of person you want to go to a bar with and get to know. They're not people to trust. Or,
right.
Yeah.
All right, so they're not who they claim to be. At freedomchat.com, Tanner Haas, if you're looking for privacy, if you're looking for true freedom, that is Freedom Chat, freedomchat.com, freedomchat.com, freedomchat.com.